Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Tyler. Welcome back to Scorpio Oxman channel. Or good morning it is. I think it's still morning here where I am. So I wanted to update you on what I've been taking recently on my health and what I started taking recently based on new information that I picked up or found out about from what I read. Now, firstly, my primary thing I wanted to tell you about today is this. So it's called Spirulina. I believe that's how it's pronounced. So Spirulina is a type of alga or algae, however it's pronounced. It's basically seaweed, a type of seaweed. And I'm also going to mention about probiotics. So probiotics was the other one as well. Many years ago, I used to be on probiotics. When I mentioned before that around 12 years ago, I had Crohn's disease. One of the things I did was, for the most part, I started drinking diluted H2O2. Food-grade hydrogen peroxide into distilled water every day. Now, probiotics was the other thing I was on, or that I was taking every day. So I want to educate you about probiotics in general, in the importance of them and how I believe they're really underrated as well for our health. And it's really something we need for our gut, for basically the best digestion that we could have for our gut, and just proper digestion and distribution of all our vitamins and calcium and everything else we need for us. Probiotics, which is a good bacteria in our gut, they take care of all that for us. So I want to just mention quickly about spirulina. So there's a species of fish by the name of the zebrafish. So the name of it is called the zebrafish, and it's an Asian species. I guess it lives. It's a freshwater species of fish from Asia, and this species of fish, the scientists have proven that they have an incredible healing ability and regeneration ability. So, like if they lose a fin to something or whatever, they'll grow it back fairly quickly. And they say that their regeneration ability on their body is incredible. And the primary diet of this fish, the zebrafish, happens to be spirulina, which is this type of algae. So scientists presume that if that's the case with the zebrafish, they tried it on with humans. Like if humans have spirulina in their diet, so we may not become as super regenerated, like a super regenerator or healer like the zebrafish, but it could be up there for us. So I think some people have claimed that their eyes no longer hurt after exposure to sunlight, after starting to be on this. And I found that to be the case with me. I've been on this for just a couple of weeks right now. And so far, my eyes haven't hurt after exposure to sunlight ever since I've been taking this. So I think this had an instant effect on me from when I first started taking it. And basically what these are, and this is the pill version of these. And these are the most gigantic green pills. They're gigantic green pills that are capsules. And they say you take 1 to 3 of them a day, but that's the instructions of these ones. But basically it's spirulina, which is a type of seaweed, or alga as it's called. And this is the primary diet of the zebrafish, which apparently has super regeneration abilities and healing abilities. So this is something, and it's like for humans, it would be for all categories of healing that we need. particularly our gut would be one of them, whether our gut, our hair, eyes, skin, all categories. So that's what I heard, and that's what really got me interested in this seaweed. And oh, there was another thing too. It mentions here it's for allergy relief. So people who suffer severe allergies, this could be a good remedy for that. I don't know if this has been proven that it could cure people who have severe allergies to pollen or whatever. But this could be one of the cures for it, if anything. But I don't know if it's been proven. But again, I did mention about the scientific research of spirulina in the zebrafish. So I did want to mention that in general, I wouldn't want to think or believe that spirulina alone is going to be good enough. They would need help by these guys, by probiotics. So probiotics are going to help the spirulina to distribute in your body over time, okay? So probiotics, which are the good bacteria in your gut, they distribute everything that goes in. So they keep the good and they rid the bad. That's what probiotics are supposed to do, their job. Now, what I do in general, so there's many different kinds of probiotics. These ones are a good one. This company is called Genuine Health. Typically 50 billion, the 50 billion strains, that is, and this is extra strength. Now, I want to mention it's been years since I've been on probiotics. And so, but I found over recent years I would get a lot of cramps in that, whether after eating and such. But then I started taking these a month ago, and it's gradually gone away. I've definitely been better. But they say it takes a month or two for them to fully build up in your gut. So basically, let's say you start taking them for the first time. So give them a month to 2 months to be at full capacity in your gut. So for the bacteria to spread, this good bacteria to spread and be fully distributed in your gut, and then you're all set. You're fully armored. You're going to be fully armored for life as long as you continue to take them. And I know that years ago, when I started taking them, it was another brand I took that was just as good as this one, really. It really helped to cure my Crohn's disease, along with the H2O2 that I was taking. But then I kind of thought, these are they're not cheap. Like this will be typically $50 for a month's supply. But I could promise you do get what you pay for. So if something seems kind of high price, there's definitely, that's not a coincidence, of course. It's definitely good stuff for your gut. So I found in recent years, so basically over the years, I thought, I don't want to keep buying them. They're kind of pricey. And I don't think I need them. I think I'm good with just taking H2O2 every day in my drink, first thing in the morning on an empty stomach, and then I'll be good. But, I had to go back to reality, though. Eventually, I had to accept reality and say, H2O2, the natural oxygen, that alone is not good enough. Because probiotics, the oxygen itself is not going to produce good bacteria. It's gonna constantly give you the boost of oxygen that it does, but it doesn't produce the good bacteria like this does, or which this is. So basically, what I started doing was taking both of them. So here's how I do it. First thing in the morning on an empty stomach, I'll have a glass of fruit juice, and I'll take one of these, or depending on what the brand is that I don't have a recommended brand, but I typically prefer probiotics that are time-released and also extra strength. They're extra strength, basically 50 billion strains, and they're time-released. Now, this one is not time-released, as it doesn't say, but it is extra strength. So you kind of look for one of those two things, extra strength or time released. Okay? So first thing in the morning on an empty stomach, I'll take a glass of fruit juice, whatever that may be, orange, pomegranate, whichever it is. And with one of these, and then but in the fruit juice, I'll put 2 or 3 drops of food-grade hydrogen peroxide, H2O2, because that oxygen in the fruit juice, the reason it should be fruit juice, in my opinion, well, I do with me, because the fruit is going to feed these guys and help them multiply. It's going to give them an advantage, a building advantage in your gut. Because they do have to be fed. So if you feed them healthy stuff like fruit juice, that's going to be a real booster for them and give them an advantage. Okay? So in the H2O2, food grade hydrogen peroxide, that's going to give them a real boost, being the oxygen. So the H2O2, a few drops in the fruit juice, that's going to really feed these guys and boost them up. So with the fruit juice and H2O2 in it, I take one of these, and that gives a big advantage on an empty stomach. So that's what I do every morning with these. And if you like, with the spirulina, so the probiotics go in first with me, and then the spirulina goes in second. Now, I may take one capsule of this right after I put in the probiotic, or I may wait an hour or two and then I'll put this one in. And then later in the day, I'll put 2 more in, basically stretched out over so many hours. But I do take the maximum amount of spirulina, which is from this one, which is 3 a day. But it's whatever you feel good with. But basically, so in a nutshell, the probiotics go in first, or should go in first on the day, because to build your gut and to keep the bacteria in every day. And the spirulina goes in after, and this is superfood for the probiotics. So the fruit juice feeds the probiotics and makes them multiply, and this especially, when this goes in after or later in the day, this especially feeds. Spirulina is definitely food for the probiotics as well, and is going to make them really, really multiply and be a real kingdom of them in your gut. So, and then you could say goodbye to digestion problems, gastro, whatever conditions in your gut, and all that kind of stuff. So I do know that when you give a few months of being consistent with this, you're going to be all set. And it's going to boost your immune system so much that it would help you, any bugs you might catch as well, or it keeps you, I wouldn't say once in a while you could have a detox effect, but depending on certain people. But these in general are very good for building your immune system. So I just wanted to update you guys on what I've been doing lately for my health, and you could take this advice. So I was going to keep a separate video talking both about probiotics in a separate video, separate from the spirulina, but I decided to just do both in one, and basically say in a nutshell that the probiotics are very underrated and very good, very important for your gut, for general immunity health. And that spirulina is very good food for the probiotics to keep them multiplying and maintained in your gut. And spirulina in general has a super healing properties. As I explained about the zebrafish, whose primary diet is spirulina. So thanks again for watching today, guys, and that's my inside take on probiotics and spirulina, which are both very underrated and super for you and your health if you take them. So thanks again, guys, for watching. And yes, my channel is generally about astrology, but today, once in a while, I'll do a special video for health, for you, of course. So thanks again, guys, and keep your questions coming to me at scorpiooxman@gmail.com. Thanks again, guys, for all your support. All the best, and God bless. Thank you. Take care.